Alrighty, good afternoon, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans. Guys, we are here on Speed Gaming 1 doing a little bit of, some Final Fantasy Randomizer stuff, right? We're in week 3 of Swiss, part of the Spring Tournament 2020. We've got guda632 taking on Zen0bian. I'm Gregory Puff. I'm here with Cyrinus. Cyrinus, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. I've been ready for this all morning.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this as well. Look at these two parties here. What is going on with this?
Hey, looks good to me. You got speed and you got power.
Right? I mean, the thief can run away from everything. Red Mage is your jack of all trades, master of none. Hopefully all the good magic rolls into, between 1 and 4. Otherwise, they're going to be kind of messed up.
Hey, worst case scenario, they can swing a sword.
That is true. I'm going ahead and actually put in the proper commands here, and we're going to get these runners out the gate here in a moment. First things first, Zen0bian, guda632, been around about the same amount of time, got here during the last spring tournament. Guda didn't participate in it, but, was just kind of there during that time. So both these runners here about a year, both 2-0 right now. So one of these guys is going to be delivered their first loss, while the other one moves on to 3-0, and we'll find out which one that is here in the next hour or so. What do we got going on here? You got anything about these two runners that I didn't go over?
I mean, Guda was a duckling with me, so hey, Guda's a great runner, but Zen0bian's my future tag team partner, so I have to pull for Zen0bian.
Let's see what's in white magic here. We got a wall at level 1. That's what I'm talking about. Ice 2 seems to be and lock. So, what are you thinking?
It's a sweeper.
It is definitely a sweeper. The thing about Ice 2 is, while it's a powerful spell, you find out real quick that a lot of enemies resist ice. And so it can be very unhelpful in places like Marsh Cave, Earth Cave, and Ice Cave.
Yeah, it'll get you through to show us level 2 and 3 magic, though. We'll find something else, maybe.
Yeah, and Ikbenmaya in chat pointing out that these spells are kind of expensive, so looks like they were only able to really get Ice 2. We're going to do a little imp grind real quick. And then probably head up and maybe kill Garland, pick up wall, get lock.
Yeah, I mean, 150 gold, that's going to really eat into your savings here at the start when you're having 3 red mages.
Yeah, and Haley is pointing out in chat as well. This comp's missing one thing, and that's a 4th red mage, as Imp's going to go on ahead and ambush Guda. Good thing Imps don't have anything, so he's going to be able to run away from this pretty quickly. The good thing, again, about having the thief, you got the thief in the front slot, so it does raise your ability to not get ambushed or be able to ambush the enemies, get initiative, which we did not see just now because clearly he just got ambushed twice. But it also gives you the ability to run away from most battles. I think the run rate for a thief this early is about around 80%.
Yeah, it's pretty high. I always thought it was even higher than that, but maybe that's just what it evolves into later.
Yeah, I think once you get a bunch of levels on the character, like around the 20-ish area, that's when it gets close to that 97%. As we get the dual money check right there, that's pretty awesome. Guda's going to talk to the side of that room real quick. Pick up those couple of things.
That opal armor will turn in some good starter money for him.
Yeah, you gotta like seeing vendor armor in the early game. And Garland goes down pretty quickly on Zeno's side. He talks to Sarah, gets transported back, picks up a bottle for his troubles, gets a Thor's hammer. Well, that's actually one of the few times the Thor's hammer is actually going to be pretty useful. Give his thief something to do besides running away from battles. And Guda hot on his tails.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing a Thor hammer right off the bat at the start like this. It'll actually prove useful for the first while.
No, I definitely agree with that. Lord of the Synth wondering, what is this, a party draft? Well, yes, of course it's a party draft. Guda632 and Zen0bian decided to draft this bad boy up. I couldn't tell you which one went first, but it was basically Red Mage, then double Red Mage, then Thief was the final choice. So, good firepower here. We've got Lit 2, bunch of Ice 2s. Got pretty good magic coming out of level 1, or at least good magic that'll come in handy in the later game. Especially that wall. If these guys don't find ribbons, having wall on all those characters is going to be really useful.
For sure. I'm a little surprised I didn't see anyone pick up the ruse, though.
Yeah, I think one of them picked... I wanted to say either Guda or Zen. One of them definitely picked up ruse. Guda, you know, he's going to get that extra 5 absorbed from the copper bracelet, as Zeno is going to ice 2 down some pirates, giving him no trouble whatsoever. And get a lot of experience getting up to level 4. We're going to see what Vicky gives. Got a TNT, so a turn-in.
Yeah, and chat pointing out for us that apparently Guda did pick up ruse on 2 of them. So that'll be good. That'll give him a little bit of tanky to go in the end if he doesn't find that defense sword. Did
you catch that exit there? Whew! And we got Fire 2 and Quad X, so big time. I wouldn't say big time on the Fire 2, but the Quad X for sure. And of course, the exit spell is going to be massively useful.
Yeah, always like the look of level 2 white magic. The one level where your red mages get absolutely everything they could ask for.
Yeah, and Mage is pointing out in chat, people don't realize how good Ruse is. Ruse is basically like another defense sword. And if you can pick up Ruse early in the game, like that level 1 where it's located, the kind of French vanilla slot that it's in there, having that many castings of it could make a big difference. Because if you get like a punch-happy Kraken 2, you can throw like the Master or Good Sword on one of your red mages and then have them Ruse up and keep them alive. And if we've got life, they can bring everybody back to life. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's a real solid safety strat, especially if, because you're not guaranteed to find that defense sword either.
Yeah, there's only one defense sword in the game, and there's well over 200 chests. So, it could end up anywhere in this randomizer. We got a flame armor. Gonna probably keep that around. And a canal! There we go. Big time find. That gets us out of the inner sea right there. And probably stops us from going to Marsh Cave.
Yeah, hopefully stops us from going to Marsh Cave and stops us from getting an early canoe that'll end up... Oh, I hate early canoe in these Fire Week seeds.
Yeah, they're pretty rough because you think to yourself, well, I'm in Crescent Lake and fire is incentivized. You want to go to fire. You want to go to Volcano and get that incentive location there. Plus, ISIS is also incentivized. But then if you don't find the floater in any of those places, then you're just kind of all over the river system, and it doesn't feel good. It does not feel good.
And we have not really found the magic to facilitate such a thing yet either.
Yeah, like I said, the Quad X is good, but a bunch of level 2 spells carry resist pretty much all of that nonsense, so you're going to be doing no damage against her if you end up trying to take her down. The Fire 2 and the Lit 2 will be okay in Ice Cave, but without Warp, you don't want to do the full loop either, so I don't know. I'm kind of on the same boat as you, and it looks like Guda's going full on 3-man strat right now because Tyre is down and has had plenty of opportunities to be brought back up.
Yeah, I imagine with the magic we've found so far that he's thinking, 2 red mages will be enough. I can get a little bit higher charges on them. It's not like I need 3 people casting Nuke because I don't have Nuke yet.
No. Well, Zen0bian is the first to make it over to Dwarf Cave. Gonna pick up another vendor, some more vendor armor because I doubt he's going to keep that heel helm for promotion. And we're going to see what Narek turns this dynamite into. Looks like he turns the dynamite into a canoe.
All right. The world's our oyster now. Do we do ordeals or do we do fire?
Yeah. And got a lot of awesome people here in chat. I just want to say real quick, Gloom Chews out there, Magius 1, somebody else that's part of the spring tournament. We got Ice 3 Water in here, Roll Fizz, all kinds of people hanging out here watching us do this Final Fantasy randomizer. I'm glad chat is here interacting with one another. What do you want to do? What do you think we should do right now if you have the canoe but also the canal?
Old me would have said go straight to ordeals, but I did a seed this morning and fire really, it's not as bad as I usually call it. So I'd check Elf and then I'd be checking Volcano.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing too. You hit up that place, you go to Elfland, you're already kind of next to that river system. I might have docked on the bottom side of it, like gone out of the inner sea and docked onto the bottom side so you don't have to sail back out of the inner sea to do this Elfland check, and then take the canoe over to Crescent. Maybe do Volcano after that to get those big money chests and armory, and just see where the sea takes me from there. Because remember, we're still looking for 2 loose items too, and odds are pretty good you're going to need at least one of them.
Yeah, especially since we've already gotten that one Zonk and the Thor hammer.
Yeah. Ikman Maya, they do have the opal armor to sell, and the heel helm as well. You should be able to pick up some of the magic in here, but we'll see what happens. Magius pointing out, yeah, Crescent Fire than Ice. Like I said, maybe park on the bottom. That way you can get to Ordeals pretty quickly and not have to sail out of the inner sea. But I don't know. We'll see what these runners decide to do. Mr.
Yeah,
Tanu?
I'd probably stick to the inside. Of course, what you're really hoping for is that those sages at Crescent have a free floater for.
Oh, that'd be nice. That way we don't have to do anything. That way we have to do nothing. And Zen0bian sees a warp at level 2. That's awesome. Fire 3, kind of expensive. I think it's better than Fire 2, I guess. Did you see level 3 magic?
I did not. I don't think he checked it yet.
Okay. I didn't really see anything too crazy at level 4 white. But I was also talking and checking out Gudas. Nothing.
Looks like Cake and Lock 2, and I didn't see a whole lot else.
And Heal 3, which is Red Mage learnable. That feels pretty good. That'll make menuing a lot easier with Heal 3s.
Yeah, we're not going to see a whole lot of heal potioning this time, it looks like. If you have those 3 heal 3s, plenty of charges for that to do all your healing at once.
Yeah, and Guda just now a little bit behind Zen0bian. He is checking Elfland as well. He'll see all the same stuff that we saw, as Zen0bian does go on ahead and head eastbound towards Crescent. He's got to deal with these wolves first, but he'll be fine, I think. I didn't see anything too crazy. I get a better look at white magic. Yeah, it was a bunch of stuff you can't learn. And nothing you'd want to learn anyway.
Yeah, so basically we're looking at a couple of level 2 sweepers and Fire 3. So Volcano could be kind of annoying.
Yeah, so real quick, while we're kind of like doing some stuff and he's heading over toward, you want to kind of go over the flags real quick and explain to people, we got loose items, right? We've got what's incentivized, what's happening here, what are we doing exactly?
Yeah, for basically the whole tournament, or at least all of Swiss, we have all of your progression items are going to be incentivized, as well as a couple of extras. We have the Power Bonk out there, the Thor Hammer, and the, what's the one I'm missing?
Opal Bracelet. And it looks like, I thought we were going to get some route diversions, but Guda is going to actually sail around, I guess, to get less encounters, because you do get less encounters on the sea. He's going to sail to Crescent. So we'll
as you were saying, we got that Opal Bracelet out there as well, which is fantastic armor. You're usually not unhappy to see that. For dungeons, we always have Ordeals on the list, as well as Ice Cave. And we also have a specific Fiend dungeon each week. This week, our theme is Fire, so the Volcano is incentivized for us as well.
Yeah, Gloomchew pointing out what I just saw. We do have a floater for sale, so there you go. It's kind of what we wanted to see in Crescent. Granted, it is worth money, so I assume these runners will more than likely hit up Volcano, do the armory check, get some money, and then pick up that floater and be in the air here in just a moment. As Hangry Canuck points out, it was 40k, and looks like we got a guitar from the Sages. So we got one more of those required items to get through the end of the game here with the loot. But man, Guda caught up pretty quickly. I guess doing the boat route kind of saved him a little bit of time, avoiding some encounters. And yeah, 39,001 is how much that floater costs. Ooh, we got Peds on the hard reset right outside of Crescent. That's got to be nice.
Yeah, we might be taking Peds. they're definitely good experience. I don't remember how much gold they give. We might get the floater beforehand.
Yeah, we don't know if they're in that quad-exable range, because I saw Lightning 2 come out of one of his red mages first. I don't know how I feel about a grind here. I think I'd rather just hit up Armory with the... Well, they don't have warp, so they got to at least get... Well, no, they have the exit, though, so they should be able to get in, check Armory super quick, exit out, and then head back to town and pick up that floater with the money.
Yeah, the gold's not great, so I definitely agree. It looks like they're going to take a couple of levels and then do as you said.
Yeah, Meiji is pointing out, the grind might help a little bit, give them a little bit of extra levels in case something dumb rolls inside of there. But I don't know, Pete's hit pretty hard, and they are quad-exable, but man, he can't even keep a thief alive for one round of combat. I mean, they're not going to get enough money, so they're going to still have to grind. And
yeah,
then
they
eventually
can do the grind after they come back from Volcano if they're a couple thousand short.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. As looks like Guda's Dark is going to be the only one to survive that battle. Dark goes up to level 12. That's at least gets you some warp charges, but... And then, oh man, Elmarkin pointing out the obvious here. It's like $6.79 to pick people up at the clinic, so they're just kind of burning through their money right now.
At least Guda is. Zeno hasn't been losing people. I believe all of his people are still been up for every single fight, and they're all about level 10 now.
Yeah. I mean, at least they're both doing the same thing. Arto able to get a Fire 3 out. So he's at least got enough levels to use that. Yeah, like we've been pointing out, Guda just can't seem to keep Zeno alive. And Zeno's finally had enough. I think he's gotten enough levels. He feels confident. He's going to head towards Volcano and do that armory check.
Yeah, there should be enough value here to carry him through. I can't even count them. Probably 10 chests there, maybe a little bit more on that first floor.
Yeah, there's quite a few, and of course there is the armory room itself, and it's 2, 3, 4. It's 11 inside of that room, and then there's the one free chest you can get to, like, kind of on the way, where you just hop in the room and then walk over and grab the money out of it without taking any extra steps.
Looks like the encounter table is fairly favorable too. He had no problem making it through that river.
Yeah, and it looks like Zeno is going to do a little bit more than just checking the armory room in that one box. He is going to go on ahead and try to full clear as much of this as he can, which I guess is why he picked up the initial levels. Got our Hydra.
I like this. I do not like leaving these chests behind if I can help it. He's got... I think they had warp as well as exit, but they definitely at least have exit.
Yeah, exit was level 2 and warp was level 4. Warp, I think they have to be like level 10 in order to use one warp charge, because the red mages do learn their spell charges a little bit slower than black and white mages. And Zen0bian is going to check out this hairpin. He's going to get slowed for his trouble. We don't want to know what's behind that spell. We don't get to see it, and we got a single Chimera, which will go down pretty quickly to that Ice 2, hopefully. Chimera hits 2 hits for 107 on Ty, and Ice 2 takes it down. All that for 727 gold.
And the Chimera itself was like, I think, 3,500.
That's not too bad.
Maybe it was 350. That would make more sense.
Yeah, and Guda, again, kind of right on his heels, picks up his 444. Mira's down over on Zen0bian's side. Going to move some people around. Guda opting to check just armory. Got houses. Got nachos. Would you eat a plate of nachos this late?
I'd at least try a quad exit.
Yeah, I could see that. Man, this has got to be one of the saddest armories I've seen in a while. Wow. I mean, the houses are fine, but wow, that money just... I mean, it was a couple of... I think about 10 grand total in money. No good gear to sell. and a bunch of cabins and houses.
Yeah, meanwhile, the chest on the right side of the hairpins was 10K on its own.
Yeah. And Mucks are giving Zeno the business right now. He's not even gonna... He thought about taking the Chimera battle. Gonna throw a Quad X out there to see if that'll work. It does not. His thief is down, so he's gonna have a harder time getting away. Got a flame sword, not bad. So I like this. Gouda, realizing he did not get nearly enough money out of Armory, is going to go on ahead and do kind of the reverse clear of this room. Most people do what Zeno does and start in that one room and then work their way clockwise around here, where he's doing the counterclockwise motion. I assume Gouda gets 40 grand. First off, he would have just exited out and gotten that floater.
Yeah, what do we do once we get that floater, though? I mean, do you come back here?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you definitely go to Sarda. You definitely do the bottle turn-in, do some easy turn-ins, I think.
That's true. We do have a couple of free turn-ins still out there. You may as well get those. At least you'll have extra experience, if nothing else.
Yeah, and looks like... Oh no, Iguanas have stopped. One of his red mages just out of it. The other one got out of it. So their first spell was Rub, which knocked out his top red mage. Chat pointing out we could sell the Thor's Hammer. I mean, it probably will net some money. I'm interested to see if these runners will actually do that. Uh-oh, CC's down. He needs to get out of this battle. He needs to run away. He does not run away. He loses all. He loses everything. And that is a big old F, unfortunately. As Zeno does get out of there, so he's going to head back. I did not see how much money he had.
I did not either, but he did full clear the floor, so he should have, I'd say, at least 25, 26,000.
Yeah, luckily, I mean, Gouda at least saw what was in everything except that one last chest, and he knows he can just run back into that room, pick up whatever he wants, and then just kind of exit out, so he shouldn't be too far behind. It's just kind of the time that he lost there. And you hate to see that. Ikman Maya helping us out here. He's got 35K, so yeah, I think that you sell the Flame Sword, even if you don't want that Thor's Hammer, get rid of that thing, and you should be good to go. But Gouda is going to keep diving deeper.
You have that exit spell, so I mean, you never know. He could find a max money chest here or something and just exit straight out.
That is true. I don't really love the idea of going this deep into Volcano unless I plan on killing Carrie. And they don't really have the resources to kill Carrie unless she rolled super low and somehow managed to roll under 300 health.
Oh yeah, I'd have no confidence taking on Carrie right now with the spells that we have.
Yeah, but it looks like he has made it down here. Didn't really find anything, just another house. Apparently, whoever filled up the treasure chests here decided to just throw a bunch of houses in them. He's thinking about what he wants to do. Moving the Thor's Hammer around. He's looking at him too. He's going to equip the Flame Sword. He's just under it. He needs about 3,000, so he's going to go on ahead and grind his way up to that money. He doesn't want Peds anymore. Ooh, Heal Staff. Now that should sell for something.
Yeah, I think he just didn't want that single Ped fight, because I don't think he's tried quad-Xing him up to know that he can just do that for a single.
And you got Silver Armor, Silver Helmet. Again, really not... I don't know, really not... Not a lot going on here. Getting ambushed by some Whiz Ogres. Soft. Oh my god. Out of the, I have to say, I am a little shocked. Out of this many chests, you would think you would find...
Something.
Something. Like one of those high-end, like, $8,000 or $9,000 chests. But man, I mean, I think the most we've seen in one chest was about $2,000. And yeah,
there is not value here today.
Yeah, and Elmarkin pointing out in chat, this is one big old oof happening here in Volcano. But Zen0bian did get the money. He's good to go. He's going to get ambushed by Hydras first, so he's going to reset out of that. But he's got his floater. He just needs to. He just needs to get there. Oh my God, 5,100! Finally, a chest with some amount of money in it. And
We're about to find out what's down here in the incentive chest. At least that will be some reward for this guy.
Yeah, plus he should have a charge of warp, so even if this last couple of spike tiles, like you don't want to go through the Karibes again, you could just warp back. And at the 23-minute mark, it looks like Zen0bian is in the air, going to do his bottle turn in. Scums. Whew. Totally worth it, right? So the Oxshell is a required item, so Zen0bian will have to check that chest at some point. Luckily, you have to kill Carry too in order to beat the game, so it's not like he's gonna miss it. Guda knows he can't kill Carry, so he is out of there. If we can get a good look at his inventory, he is going to Ice Cave?
That's brave.
I mean, he does have warp and exit.
And he does have fire, so yeah, it could work.
Yeah, but it's just my only thing though is like chat point out maybe he just doesn't have enough money. It's just we'll just have to see. He doesn't have enough money. He's just going to go on ahead and head up there, and he's going to try to do his best here. How much camping gear does he have? Because I don't like him taking this unrunnable battle. I'd rather him just reset out and save scum his way around here. He's got plenty of
bottle turned into a crown for us. So while we're checking Sarda, I think we'll actually be visiting the kindly old king as well.
Yeah, so Zen0bian getting a lot done here by being in the air.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons I was surprised to see Guda head up to ice, because I mean you could easily just fly to ice after you pick up that airship.
That's what I was about to say that too, but then I was like, well, he doesn't have the money. Maybe he thinks that it'll just be quicker to get the money here. But yeah, I mean, you just grind for the money, sell some stuff for the money, and yeah, it's way quicker to fly up there than to take the river system around. And we're looking at some spells with 6 gold. 6 gold is Zen0bian's name. Not going to be able to pick anything up, but I did see a temper, I thought.
Yeah, that airship cost him every penny.
Yeah, and I didn't see what the adamant turned into. I just looked away for a split second.
The adamant turned into the slab, I believe.
Yeah, so he just got more fetch questing happening. That crown, that bottle ended up being required because it turned into the cube. And we got an Astos on screen on Zen0bian's side.
No key yet, though, so we won't be able to do these wonderful spike tile checks in this place.
Yeah, and these guys are going to have to get some levels running Thief lead. I mean, because the Thief really doesn't start maximizing damage until in the high 20s. Plus, the HP growth is just so low on Thieves. I mean, I don't think they get over 400 HP until close to 28.
Yeah, you're always under threat of that nuke.
But Zen0bian does do the slab turn in. And he's more than likely going to head up to Lefane and see what the Lefanish have. And then probably start doing some of these actual dungeon dives. Doing those key item checks. All right,
yeah, I don't hate any of them. You could certainly do ordeals. You have fire for it. And warp, so ordeals is definitely on the table.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he just ran. Man, Guda is just up against it right now. He doesn't have much in the way of clear spells to get rid of these guys. I see he's got a fire 3, but it looked like he was running kind of low on those charges. His thief is down. He needs to put the Thor's hammer on one of those guys so he can clear these packs out, and it was unrunnable, which is exactly what he did.
Yeah, that fire 3 was at level 4 though, so he doesn't have a lot of charges of that if he hits too many of those packs.
Yeah, plus he needs to use at least one of these warps here. And we get the key, so this is a required dive. He's got to make it through. Do you finish this? I mean, obviously you finish it. There's 13 more chests, but I feel like you need to get out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. If I had the air... oh, my God. I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got to go through this spike tile, which is no good.
It's a scary dive.
It is a scary dive, especially with this tile. They've got stun touch as well. Tyre's down to one knee. He's thinking about what he wants to do. Luckily, they're moving their hits around. Nope, Tyre's down. Dark is stunned. Cece's still up, but doesn't run away. This is no good. Lit 2 finally coming out, doing very low damage. It's got to be the sorriest Lit 2s I've ever seen come out against sea creatures. Sea Snakes take down Dark. He has to take a wipe. He exits out. And we got an Opal Cheerio for all of our trouble with the slab turn-in. So not required.
Not required, but that's going to be really solid armor for that thief until he promotes.
Yeah. Yeah, Rolf is giving us the Indiana Jones line. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? And Guda diving back in. This was something I was just talking about. So remember when he picked up that heal staff? We don't know how much that heal staff is worth. He could have probably gone to Crescent, sold the heal staff, and maybe had enough money to be in the air by now. And now he's just getting further behind because of this unfortunate wipe that he had here.
Yeah, I feel like he has to have had the money. I mean, he cleared all of Volcano as opposed to just the armory floor. He's got to have the money.
Yeah, and even if he didn't have enough money, he could have gone back into Armory and got that, 10,000 or whatever that was in all those chests there.
Oh, that's right, because he did end up orphaning a lot of that stuff on Armory after he took that wipe. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he never went back in, but Zeno, at the 30-minute mark, is heading up his first incentive location, which is going to be Ordeals. He's got plenty of warp charges, so this should not be an issue. He got some Argoyles. How do you feel about Argoyles?
I hate Argoyles, mainly because I assume, hey, they're red, I should cast ice on them. And that never worked out for me, and I did it for like a month straight when I started the randomizer. Zeno's getting the business. At least whenever Zeno hits the wrong pillar, it takes him right back to the beginning so he doesn't get lost in here. But that is crazy that the first 3 pillars that he hit took him right back to the beginning of the room. And Guda's out again. At this point, with all these unrunnables down here, you know the key's down here. You just need to get the money for the floater. Well, I mean, what do you do? There's only so many times you can dive this and eventually get away from those unrunnable things. Look at the spike tile over here on Zeno's side. Ooh, Wizzahags with Trance. That's no bueno, and that's going to be no fun in Topher later. By Topher, you should be able to at least mostly resist Trance. But it does eat away at your time, certainly.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to get ambushed by these dazzling images again. Luckily, he should be able to get away. Oh, Cremate coming out. No good. Everybody stays alive. Gets just the worst turn order I think I've seen in a long time. And oh no, over on Zeno's side, everyone's stun locked except for his one red mage. Is he going to be able to get away from this? Cremate coming out on the Wizzahags. So Ice 2 coming out, taking down 1. Not doing enough damage. His thief is down. Guda gets his key again. He is going to try to clear this place. And unfortunately, Zeno does take a wipe there on the Nightmare tile with those Sharks and Wizzahags throwing out Trance.
Yeah, but he's right back in it. He'll do a little bit better on the fight next time. Maybe he'll run away. Were they unrunnable, or did he just take a bad first turn and decide to fight it?
I think he took a bad first turn order. Bad turn order. Because there were 6 of them. Oh my gosh, we got a loose herb in the box. And the crazy part about that is, like, me personally, I see those sea snakes doing all that sea snake stuff. I'm not sure I would have checked that room again. I'd have just gambled that nothing was in there.
Oh, I can't take that gamble. You gotta check every chest at this point. You are not ready to be cutting things out.
That is very true. I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of agreeing with Magius here. I know that there's 9 more chests to or not 9 more. Sorry, 11 more chests to check down here. But you've got a loose herb. You've got your key already. Do you just get out of here with what you have?
I can agree with that. You've got half the loose items in the game. You can cut out these last few chests. You can start gambling now that you have 1 loot.
All right, well, luckily, Tyre survives by the skin of his teeth with 1 HP and gets away. He gets ambushed. Oh, no, not Zeno. You got to reset out after getting ambushed by this battle. But he's gonna watch all the trances go off. Got a pro ring. Oh, another vendor shield. He's finally got some money out of here. And unfortunately, can't get away from that spike tile, and that is no bueno. We have the information right now from Gouda because he's done 2 incentive locations already that both of those are required. Right? We've got the key in the oxshell. We've got a cube. We've got a loot. We just need a rod and a chime. How much more of this tile are you going to take before you just finally go, you know what? I'll come back here as a last resort.
No, you're here. You do it.
Okay. He does not get ambushed. He's going to try to get out of here. Trance comes out first, misses his thief. Gets away. You know good and well he's not going to take that battle again.
Yeah, thankfully we're not running on like the PSP version, because that one you do have to take that tile twice if you decide to grab that chest.
All right. Gouda, however, has made it to his last 2 checks. He does get them. He does exit out, and he is good to go. He's got his loose herb and his key, and he is going to get in the air here just shortly if he can make it back to Crescent. Zeno gets a power cape. Or a pro cape, I don't know what I'm saying here. A couple of heal pots, nothing special. Pro cape is nice. Definitely better than the buckler.
Yeah, Gouda's going to catch up pretty quickly once he gets down here and gets his floater.
Ooh, Zeno finds the ruby. That's huge. So one of the main differences that we have in our flag set here is the ruby actually does mean something at this part of the game because Titan Strobe is going to be incentivized. So we are going to find a key item there. It could be the power bonk. It could be the tail. It could, at this point, it could be those, or it could be something that puts you on a fetch quest. We still haven't seen the crystal, right?
Yeah.
Or it could lead to the rod.
Calling for that ruby to turn into the bonk. If that happens, we're pretty much guaranteed to be looking for all the loose items.
Yeah, because the power bonk and is pretty much the only non-required loose item still left out there. I don't lump tail into that because, in my opinion, tail is required for this party. Unless these guys find like massa and. Ooh, we got a loose chime and Cardia! So that is required.
Yeah, that's a big find too, because not everyone necessarily goes to Cardia. A lot of people just kind of skip over it, think, they're free chests, I don't need to get them right now, I can come back later.
Yeah. And Ickman Maya pointing out that the Thor sold for bank. So that could have been something we could have done way earlier and been up in the air. It ended up working out good for Gouda because he does have the knowledge that the herb was down on ice. But yeah, I mean, he's still kind of far behind. He still has to do all those quest turn-ins that Zen0bian's done, and then he still needs to go to Ordeals and pick up that ruby.
Yeah, if Zen0bian does ice relatively soon and finds out about that loose herb, I certainly feel good for him. Because once you get the 2 loose items, seeds become pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I really like the Gouda just slamming his airship into the prince's castle. Hey, are you in there? Trying to wake him up that way. Herb turns into the rod, so that is required. So we know ice is doubly required now. Now the problem with this, right? Chime is in Cardia. Cardia is a check I don't typically do without the tail. We haven't seen the tail yet. So how long do you think it takes before Gouda checks that?
It's going to be a little while at least. I can't imagine he would do it until at least after the various key checks, because those are also just free checks that are generally a little more clustered than the island.
Yeah, and Zen0bian picks up his last fetch quest item in the crystal, so we won't see any more of these. And it leads to the power bunk. So the ruby leads to the power bunk in a kind of weird way. So at this point,
it looks like the tail is going to be in Waterfall then, and that covers everything.
Yeah, yep, exactly what I was just about to say, that the tail is in Waterfall, so maybe Gouda checks Waterfall now, since he does have the Oxyale. Gets the tail, can check Cardi Islands, gets the chime, gets the information that he needs to have, which lets him know that he is in no mode, but... Oh my gosh, Zeno's right there. Gouda's going to do all these key checks here, as Zeno is going to head in here and be rewarded with not only, good lord, not only that loose herb there, but the required key.
Ikbin Maya calling for Zeno to orphan everything after he grabs the key. That would feel bad. I hope he does.
Yeah, that's a big risk, but it's a risk he could potentially take because he has already found that chime. Now, granted, he has the knowledge that he needs all the loose items because he does already have the Thor's hammer, he already has the power bonk, and he already has the opal Cheerio. So in his mind, he knows that he needs that second loose item.
Yeah, unless he wants to gamble on it being the tail. But like you said, we really want that tail today.
Yeah, I don't see either of these runners gambling to not get the tail. Gouda does the Northwest Castle check, a bunch of crap spike tiles in there. Not really much going on in the way of anything.
He did pick up a gold bracelet for his trouble, which I don't think we've seen the shop with that yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good 24 absorb. We got another Pro Cape sighting here in the Dwarf Armory.
And not a lot to go with it except for a handful of pocket change.
I don't know, we'll see. And Zen0bian is checking spike tiles down here, it looks like, unless I looked away and he's no longer an ice cave.
Level 5 magic was packed. Fast, Temper, and Cure 4.
Yeah, that's huge. And I didn't actually see... I thought I saw that Temper was in the third slot, which means they do need to get promotion. Gouda gonna go ahead.
Just one more reason for us to promote today, as if we didn't have enough.
Zeno gonna do the warp trick. Gonna get his key. That's good news for him. He steps back. He didn't go into his menu. He is heading down. Okay. So this is huge news for him. If he does not wipe on these sea snakes, then I imagine he will be able to get his no-mode item in the herb. Which at this point puts Zeno, monstrously ahead.
Yeah, once you're in no mode, it's pretty straightforward.
Yep, and he's going to go on ahead, heal up, get his loose herb, gets the knowledge that he's found both of his loose because he did find that chime in Cardia. Do you think he checks any more boxes here, or do you think he exits out?
He already stepped off the tile and then back onto it, so I'm assuming he's going to keep checking. I would have probably thought about exiting out.
Yeah, and Elmarkin pointing out no ribbons, no katanas, no masa. Yeah, you're here. You may as well finish the clear.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's just more chest-dense areas.
Yeah. And with the key and stuff, he can do all the key locks. And like chat points out, he's got all of everything available to him. He's got, you still got to do waterfall to get the tail, which he's close to knowing at this point. You've got all of Sky available, at least on Xeno's side, and you have, you have C. The only thing Xeno needs right now is, no, he doesn't have C because he has not gotten the Oxyel out of Volcano. And Guda's going to go on ahead and do all of his turn-ins. And he's getting the business from this Gurpeed here.
Yeah, Gurpeeds are always tankier than I expect them to be.
Yeah. And it looks like they're resisting that ice too, like crazy. He's going to go for the Hail Mary Quad X to get out of this battle. Luckily it lands and he's good to go. Guda picks up his crown. We know the crown leads to the cube, so that's required. Luckily he's already got his slab, so he can actually do all of this turn in one go. So that'll save him a little bit of time. You get the rare unable to run thief there out of Guda's side.
Yeah, I've had a few choice words for when that happens, personally.
Yeah, there's nothing more frustrating than bringing a thief who's really only known for running and and being able to get initiative on enemies and then get ambushed and then fail runs. That definitely gets some words out of me for sure. But while things are happening that we've kind of already seen on both sides, Xeno's clearing out the rest of ice. Guda's going to go on ahead and do his slab turn-in and get his Opal Cheerio. I'd like to go on ahead and talk about our schedule coming up here because we got a lot of matches. Right after this match, not right after, but at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time here on SG1, we've got Ikman Maya who's in chat with us, taking on Demon Frog, a couple of 1-and-1s doing 1-and-1 things. That should be a very, very exciting race. At the same time, over on Speed Gaming 3, you're going to have Thunderclawed taking on Tarnin, which should be an awesome match as well. An hour after that, on our sister network, Randomania 2, you'll have Captain Nerd 2 taking on Cinema Bee. And on Randomania 1 at the same time, you'll have the Hangry Canuck taking on ex-Russian Bishop. That is the pair-down match. That should be exciting as well. To kind of finish out the day, on Speed Gaming 5, you're going to have Elmarkin taking on Kenny Star 76. Both of those runners looking for their first win. And on Randomania 1, you have Darren Dries taking on Salty Fry. So quite a bit of FFR action happening here. Stay tuned, and hopefully we'll see you on those races as they come along.
Yeah, I'll be parking myself in front of the TV today. I didn't realize we had that many.
Yeah. Now, luckily, Guda does not want to deal with Peds. Does not want to deal with Catman. He is going to make the Ordeals play, which we know leads to the Ruby. We do know he's got to get through those trance Wizzahags to get there. And Xeno did make his way out of Ice Cave. I'm assuming he's right next to Volcano. He's just going to dive Volcano and kill Carrie. He's not. He is not going to do it. Oh, he's going to do the herb turn-in first and see what that leads to.
Looks like Guda has a fairly decent idea of this encounter table because he burnt off quite a few before coming in here.
Yeah. And yes, Dangwu, I know about the Rojo versus JLo at 7 at 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings, but that is just, I was calling out a lot of races. I figured, we'll talk about that later. I am calling it. I know I'm calling it there, Mr. Mueller. And And I'm just happy everybody's in chat. We've got Mueller out here. We've got Roll Fizz. Go on ahead and follow us. Give Speed Gaming, of course, a little follow action. Follow me. My name's Gregory Puff. Mr. Cyrinus over here on chat with me as well. Or on comms with me as well. What do you think's going to happen here? Do you think he's going to be lucky and never see Trance?
I think that's unlikely.
Yeah.
Especially since it looks like he's choosing to fight rather than flee at this point.
And here comes Trance, takes down, and like now it's got to dawn on him. He's like, oh, I have made a grave error. He is completely stun locked. He is going to hang out and see what happens. We determined that their second skill was cremate, correct? So yeah, that's going to be the end of it. He has got to go on ahead and reset out of this battle. Tyre comes out just to die.
He still wants it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him, but Cremate comes out, takes out Zeno. Trance coming back around. There goes CC, and there goes the wipe. Oh, and man, I forgot to mention our tracker today. We've got Danny 3883 here doing the tracking. She's like clearly the best tracker on the planet Earth, right?
Clearly, I think she tracks every race sometimes.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's just crazy to have her here. She's keeping great notes, so I don't have to really pay attention. And yeah, I'm super stoked to be here. I'm just really excited about this race. I mean, got a couple of 2-0s happening. Like I said earlier, one of them's going to get their first loss. The other one is going to go 3-0, have the perfect record, move on to week 4, feeling pretty good about life, but also kind of scary. I don't know. Once you get to the 3, you're currently 2-0. How are you feeling right now?
Aside from the fact that I'm afraid of all the other 2-0s, I'm feeling really good because if you hit 3-0, you're like already almost there. You are so close to brackets already.
That is very true. I mean, once you get to 4-0, you're pretty much guaranteed to make it into the last chance qualifier, or not last chance qualifier. I'm sorry, the play-in race.
Right, you just get to hopefully bypass that entire last chance qualifier because that's the scary race.
Yeah, I definitely say for sure. I mean, those 4-0s, that's the big deal because the 5-1s go straight to brackets, whereas the 4-2s have to do that last like play-in race to fill out the rest of the brackets.
Yeah, the play-in race, that doesn't scare me so much, but the last chance qualifier, only one person makes it. That is going to be a hot race.
Yeah, and Zeno does the cheeky Topher check, and it looks like he got a white shirt for his troubles. That's kind of big for this party. And Zeno finally going to go on ahead and head back into Volcano. He did clear out Armory floor, so all he's got to do really is just do the Agama floor, get his Oxyel, and kill Carrie. And I think with his levels right now, he has a better chance of doing that.
We would still really like to find some ribbons out here, though, so he might check a few extra chests.
Yeah, and we just now noticed that Guda did make it through that tile, but then ran into some Lit 2 Medusas. Luckily, able to get away, and we'll get his Ruby here shortly. The main thing that I'm seeing right now, we still don't have, like, a decent weapon. I mean, we got a flame sword, right? I haven't seen anything like much more exciting than a flame sword. Have you?
No, we got that defense sword, but since none of us have bothered going to a volcano or a waterfall and getting that tail to promote yet, it's not doing us a lot of good.
Ooh, sorry is on the hard reset right outside of here. That gets my grind senses going there. I'm like, It looks like they have a lot of HP though, so no sense hanging out with these things if you can't kill them in one turn.
Yeah, I'd certainly be looking for something else. Preferably something with a spike tile, too.
Yeah. And I'm just not realizing Guda's levels are kind of all over the place. It looks like his thief is still at level 11. Somebody was also at a level 11. A couple of like a 13 and a 16 or something.
Yeah, his party's been very up and down, and he did get that one fight early on where he just survived with one red mage who just got a huge boost of experience at that point.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Guda had to reset out of that Gerpede battle and lost the experience he got from the Saria battle, which is rough. Cheesinator pointing out in chat, the poor levels obviously have to do with the fact that the spell loadout really isn't that great in the early game. If these guys had nukes or fades or something that they could use, you could see them probably getting a lot more levels or easier.
Oh, for sure. Being able to just throw a nuke at any fight you get to and usually take it out is wonderful for your experience.
Guda gets the crown. He already had the crown. I guess he was just kind of routing it all in together because now he's got the ruby, so he's going to do the crown turn in. Gets his cube. Going to do the ruby and get his power bonk. Or the crystal that leads to the power bonk. But he did miss out on the Cardia. He was right there, and he's not going to check it right now.
Yeah, it's going to come down to how many dungeons he dives before he decides to make those Cardia checks.
I see him doing water. He's got Oxiel. I see him doing waterfall. And hopefully at that point, do like... Because with this, if you find the tail and waterfall, do you leave the area, do promotion, and then come back and do Sea Shrine? Or do you do Sea Shrine first and then kind of get the whole continent done in one go before you do promotion?
If I had a katana, I might consider going to promote, but we don't have a katana, so it's like you're not getting a whole lot out of that promotion right now.
Yeah, I mean, we do have the flame armor. I guess you could, you can upgrade your gear that way. But we're gonna see.
You could move your opal over to someone else then, but it just doesn't feel like enough of an upgrade for me to leave Kraken on the table. I'd want to take him out while I'm there. Yeah.
Looks like we're going to go on ahead and see our first Fiend battle here as we've got defense coming out. We got some lock strats happening over here on carry. Roost strats, man. Poison coming out. She says, what, you're throwing out defense and ruse and locks? Here's some poison for you. Have fun with that. Does quite a number on his party. I'm assuming he's going to throw some heal 3s out there to kind of, get rid of the damage that he just took there. Blaze comes out right afterwards. Carrie is packing right now as Arto is down. Mir only has 45 HP. Heal 3 comes out again. Slow coming out. You got the Cardia check on Guda's side. This is good. He's about to get his chime. They got defense. Mir has enough defense stacks. He should be good to go. We got an Ice 2 coming out for chip damage. Flame Sword doing 17. Carry misses. Thor's Hammer doing chip damage as well. This is going to take a while.
Yeah, it's all chip damage. If he hasn't tried a Quad X yet, you might want to try that.
Ooh, that wasn't bad. 2 hits, 152. Yeah, I was going to say, throw a Quad X out there at this point. See if Carrie just rolled low. But he's going to at least do a couple more rounds before he throws out that Hail Mary Quad X. Heal 3 coming out again, keeping him up over this thing. Dark coming out, so she's about to turn back around into those first couple of spells. Or skills, I mean. If he doesn't get this moving, he's going to see poison come out again. Does not want to see that. Cheesinator pointing out he did not pick up Quad X.
Not everyone does. It's certainly an undervalued spell by some members of the community.
No! Blizzard! He's got Blizzard in there too! No, this is going to be a total... No! Thunder! No! And he takes the wipe. And chat pointing out maybe they picked up Quad X on the dead one. He's going to look at his spells, realizing can't really do anything against Carrie right now. And the Oxiel was down there, so he's got to go back down there and get that Oxiel.
Chat very upset with him for not throwing out his level 1 walls.
Oh my gosh, that's right. He totally had level 1 walls that he could have used to kind of like stop all that damage from coming out.
Yeah, all that damage. I mean, because it was all just, poison damage and then all the horrible elemental spells that you don't want to see.
So with all of what happened here, all of everything, Zeno having his issues, Guda having his issues in the early game, these two runners, after doing everything, are back in the same spot. This is insane. Who would have thought they'd be right where, together again? going into the same dungeon, doing the same check to get their tails.
Yeah, we are neck and neck at this point. Gouda may actually have the lead after that wipe.
Yeah, because right now Zeno still doesn't have the Accio. So he can't even really do C after this. And with Gouda getting his chime, he's going to get his tail, and he's already in go mode. He just needs the tail to, like, basically buff up his people. Yeah, Elmar can point out Zeno may have a little bit of an edge due to the lead, or due to his levels, I mean. Zeno does have kind of not the greatest levels in the world, and we are still looking for something good to grind on. But, with this party, I'd probably wait to grind until after promotion, for sure. Because you want to get your thief to have as many spell charges of his 1 through 4 as you can possibly get. Not that it's insanely useful with the magic, but, it's still nice to have.
Well, we'll see. We got a spike tile coming up right here. This may be the one.
Is it the sandwich station? Is it dual fighters? Is it 3 eyes? Who knows? We're going to find out here in just a second. Oh, we got some red snakes that ambush. What do? You stay here for an hour?
I might. Yeah, I haven't seen anything else that really interests me. And those red snakes, they're red and they're snakes. So why not?
We got a French vanilla ribbon hanging out here in the waterfall. Gouda gets his first ribbon and his tail. That's got to feel pretty good. Completely almost out of exit charges. That would have been bad.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of good tiles, though. I'm waiting for someone to go to Earth and do those 3 checks real quick.
I'm going to go ahead and hit up a recap real quick because chat has requested the old recap, and nothing's really going on right now. Both of these racers are in what we like to call, well, actually, Zeno's in no mode because unfortunately he did not get that Oxshell and he did wipe the carry. Gouda is in go mode because he has all key items. He is heading over to do a lot of fun. Basically what happened in the early game, you killed a Garland, you got a bottle and a Thor's hammer. You're like, Thor's hammer, whatever. You killed some pirates, got a bit of dynamite, took that dynamite over to Narek. He gave you a canoe for your troubles. Went over, headed to the sages who gave you a loot. There was also a vendor item, a little thing called the floater. It was 40k, so they couldn't really afford it. Both runners went to Volcano. Zeno was able to get out and get that floater, do a bunch of trade-ins, do a bunch of stuff while Gouda kind of struggled a little bit. Zeno struggled in ordeals trying to get through some trance revolution and ordeals, but at the end of it all, they're both right here, hanging out in Waterfall, both in Gouda in go mode and Zeno in no mode. As Gouda goes on ahead and does his class change, hits his promotion, feeling pretty good about life. But man, they need levels. They need something better than the defense sword too, huh?
They'd certainly like to have something better than that defense sword, especially with Temper and Fast both being at level 5.
Yeah. I mean, luckily, after class change, you can learn Temper and Fast, which is actually what Gouda should have probably done before coming back here. Hit up Nullman, get that Temper, get that Fast. That way he can actually use it. Because I don't remember seeing Brack. Do you remember seeing Brack?
I don't know.
I'm looking at, we got Bane at level, yeah, we got an unlearnable Bane. Oh, we had Fade at level 6. I'm surprised he didn't go back for that. I mean, I know you got to have a lot of levels to cast that. But yeah, I mean, as of right now, I don't know, this is risky business here going into C, knowing you're going to have to kill Kraken with no faster tempers and no weapons.
Do it, Zeno. Go to Earth. Show me those grind tiles.
Yeah. Oh, right? Oof. You know, he's got to be nervous seeing that one Wizzhag there. And And Zeno is going to go on ahead and pick up his temper and fast. Well, the good thing about fast is fast was red mage learnable. So, I mean, at least you would have had that if they never found the tail. That's not necessarily true. I know my red mage slots. Don't you know your red mage slots there, Mr. Cyrinus?
I do. I know they learn all black magic levels 1 through 4, and that's all they ever need.
Yeah, pretty much. I know you learn slots 1 and 4 in black magic, and then, of course, just the top slot once you do promotion at level 6. Maybe you should, Lord of the Synth. Oh, wait. That's right. I think we have plenty of those if you join our Discord. I'm sure somebody here will go on ahead and throw up the Discord right now. Head in there, hang out with us on Final Fantasy Randomizer, and, you'll learn everything you need to learn about the game. All your spell slots and what things do and how the randomizer works. And Danny helping me out there. Danny, 300883, throwing out the information. Join the Discord. Hang out with us. Let's make it happen.
And which step routes are actually the best and not just memes we like to joke about?
I mean, I haven't had to freak out about anything. It looked like everybody did Ice Cave the way they were supposed to. Everyone knows on Ice 2 you go down left, and I think both runners did that, so felt pretty good.
There we go, Zeno. Just go right on through here. You're promoted now. Carrie is going to be no match for you with this new improved defense.
Guda getting the good news. He finds a Bane Sword. That's a Hail Mary Bane Sword if I've ever seen one. This should at least give him a chance against Kraken if Kraken decides to just be completely beefy.
Yeah, I mean, if Kraken's punch happy, you can get defense and Bane up. And, another ribbon!
Oh my gosh, another French vanilla ribbon! Now you're going to tell me that the third ribbon is in Sky 2. I can't even handle this. Zeno finally, or not finally, he's been in Volcano for a little while, picks up his Oxiel again. Thinks he probably has a better chance against Carrie this time around. Knows the news about what Carrie has, so maybe those wall strats will come out.
Yeah, she was definitely more cast happy than, slap happy. So you get those walls out, and you should be okay.
Yeah, we saw some pretty ugly skills come out of her. It was Poison, Thunder, and 2 Blizzard, and all kinds of crazy stuff. Blaze was the other one. So it was Poison, Blaze, Blizzard, and Thunder were her skills. And he's not messing around. He is going full-on offense. Tempers, fast going out. The first attack did pretty good numbers. It was like 2-something. As heal 3s are coming back out. No wall strats. Again, he does have 1 ribbon because he did Waterfall, so he should have it. Slow coming out. That's no good. He's going to have to throw some more fast on that ninja. Oh my gosh, 4 hits still came out of him, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, that defense sword was a big upgrade, but that fast and tempers, even after the slow lands, as long as you're at a medium level of speed, you're okay.
Yeah, Carrie has no hits. 7 hits, 669. We've lit up our first orb over on Zeno's side at the 1 hour, 6 minute mark. Guda has not killed Carrie yet either, and Guda taking on his first fiend. Kraken coming out with just some ice too, nothing crazy. Defense sword coming out. Block 2, more defense strats. Thinking about what he wants to do. This is time you could be doing things. So you'll notice the difference between kind of newer players and the vets is the vets don't even do any of that. They just somehow know what they're doing as far as their menuing is concerned. They're like boom, 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 and just fly through battles. As Guda's still trying to figure out what he wants to do. He's got some ice 2. He's going to power bonk it up. Surprised he's not using the Bane strats.
Yeah, you've walked through at least a floor to get to Kraken. You've had time to think about what you're going to cast when that fight starts.
Oh, Tire went down, And there was some sort of status attack on top of that, but Tyre's dead, so not like it really matters anyway what the status attack was on that attack. Ice 2 coming out doing minimal damage. Another defense. Fire 2. Thinking about what he wants to do. Walls up, so he at least got some wall strats coming out here. Zeno's, what's he doing in the north side of the Mirage Desert?
I think he just got lost in a sandstorm.
Oh, heard. Still thinking about what he wants to do. Hail Mary Quad X! Ineffective. More power bonks happening. Dark coming out. Doing dark things. Ice 2 for 76. Bane Sword. It's in your inventory at this point. Give it a whirl. 4 hits, 249. Ice 2 coming out again for 80, and that does it. Kraken 1 is down. Guda lights up his first orb at 1 hour, 8 minutes. And yeah, not too far behind Zeno as far as the orb count is concerned.
Yeah, no, absolutely not, because Carry's going to be a quick fight for him at this point.
Yeah, and Zeno's still looking for stuff, I'm assuming because of the whole lack of gear. Luckily, Guda has 2 ribbons now. I assume these players want something better than their defense sword to swing, which is why we're still checking chests.
Yeah, I mean, you still got both 2 katanas and the Masa out there. That's at least 3 swords. Unless they're all in one room, you're bound to find one before too long.
Yeah, and Shift pointing out in chat, Kraken had somewhere between 301 and 322 when that Quadex went out earlier. Talk about a little bit of bad luck there, but luckily Guda does remember all those good spells here at level 5. Gonna pick them up. Completely out of exit charges. Guda! Oh my god, we got an Earth Cave dive! Are we gonna get to finally see these spike tiles you wanted to see?
We have to. He's not going to head straight to Lich. You have to check him.
No, he totally heads straight to Lich! He doesn't even check! They have not seen a viable grind option yet for these runners, and he doesn't check those 3 spike tiles that are right there.
I mean, he's left that 1 mage down. He might be able to just 3-man it, and yeah, there's no knight. He could still end up around the 24 range and call it good, maybe.
I don't know.
It's dangerous, though. It's dangerous.
Yeah. Looking over at Zeno's screen, getting another... Oh, we got a Sun Sword. Not that much better than a defense sword, but it'll do. It'll do something. Pro Ring. Got a Pro Ring sighting on Guda's side as well. Doesn't need it. I guess he must have picked up a bunch. Excal, totally useless. Hey, here's where all the money is. Katana! Zeno's got it!
There we go. You got that katana. You got 1 ribbon. You're good. Yeah, just go now.
Yeah, and I assume he'll check greed checks, which means he'll find that second ribbon when he does water, or when he does Sea Shrine. So yeah, I think Zeno puts the pedal to the metal. He's an hour 11 in. He probably wants to finish this thing at some point. You know, I have to say, for just how bad the early Magic was, these runners here are really making a go of this particular party comp that they put out there for themselves.
Oh yeah, actually this party comp really worked out well for it, I think.
Yeah. I mean, luckily they were able to get all 3 elementals pretty early with that Thor Hammer Fine, Fire 2 at level 2, and Ice 2 at level... Oh, Guda wanted to show us those bats in that room. They were able to get through any sort of enemies that had any elemental resistances, so wasn't too terrible. Plus, of course, you got the early warp and the early exit, which made diving dungeons not too terrible.
And the heal 3, which is just who doesn't love heal 3?
Yeah, I'm just now looking over at Xeno's side. Xeno's already up to level 21 across the board, it looks like. So, I mean, he's only a few levels away from where, like, he can finally get out of nuke zone with his thief.
Yeah, Xeno's had a really nice walking grind going, but, you know, I'd still want more levels. That thief, anything throws out a nuke and it can drop like a fly.
Yeah, Homer Cleese 4550 asking us in chat, how about those levels? Like I said before, they're fine. They're fine for a fighter-led party. They're not too terribly great for a thief-led party just because of the HP. And yeah, Guda really is kind of behind. He's a couple levels behind Xeno right now. Ooh, eyes with trance. You hate to see it. We'll see if Cremade comes out afterwards. We won't know if that was on the Medusa script, unfortunately, because that eye is going to go down pretty hard. Guda does pull Lich. We got Fire 3 coming up. Fire 3 again. And this attack will... No, it did not do it. Wow, 4 hits, 4 damage coming out of that defense sword. That's no good. Man, did Lich eat his Wheaties this morning? What is happening on this screen? Surviving 4 Fire 3s? 4 hits, 4 damage? This has got to do it. Yeah, okay. Fire 3 coming out 114. Lich is down. Guda lights up his second orb. While he does have the orb lead, Xeno has the levels and the gear lead.
Yeah, maybe slightly slower coming here to air to get this orb lit, but he's getting a lot of bonus experience from it.
Yeah. So Guda going to go on ahead and get all those sweet black magic spells for his ninja, you know. I mean, Lock is good. Lock lowers the evade of an enemy, and we do know from all the Swiss matches I've watched and called that, oh my god, another ribbon! And it's in Sky! This is insanity! What is up with all these French vanilla ribbon calls?
Apparently they didn't shuffle very far today. We're just going to take the items, move them 1 or 2 chests over, maybe a floor away, and just, yeah, call it a day. We're lazy. Guda makes that same cheeky Toph check and picks up a white shirt for his trouble that we already knew was there.
That is... I'm still just trying to reel from the fact that all the ribbons were basically next to where they currently live in the randomizer. Now, granted, the ribbon in Sky, I think, is on Sky 2 in vanilla, but still, I mean, it's close enough, dang it. That's all I'm saying. Alright, so Guda's going to head into Mirage. Hopefully he does the full clear. It looks like he will be, so as long as he doesn't skip less than greater than, he will get his katana. And I think at that point, Guda puts the pedal to the metal. Oh my god, Xeno's going...
He might miss that third ribbon.
I stopped for a second. Who goes north and then right? No one does that. No one that plays the game goes up and right. I mean, this is I can't even handle it anymore. He is a monster.
No, you have to go left first. Always go left first.
Left? What are you even talking about? Everyone knows you go right twice, up twice. There's oh my god, we got a Warmech. We didn't even have time to talk about the frickin' the whatever, bless RNGs. My gosh.
And another one. And a third one! Oh my god, stop running and kill these!
Hey, with nuclear, he's gonna have a hard time killing them. He barely got away from that last one. But yeah, if you wanted to get levels, take down 3 Warmechs back to back to back, and you'll have all the levels you need.
Yeah, that's you don't see that every day. 3 Warmax back to back. Oh my god, the EXP you could have had. Seeing that nuclear come out though, running was probably the right move. That could have gone south real fast. And looks like we're just going with simple temper and fast strats on that thief, on that ninja to take out carry, or not carry, Tiamat. Wow, I am out of it today. We got 8 hits, 953 damage, Tia 2, Tia 1 goes. We're 2 orbs to 2 orbs, and they both have different 2 orbs lit. Apparently, routing changed at some point. We'll see if either one of these runners decide to make their check and get their 3rd ribbon. Zeno's definitely more likely of the 2 to do it, considering it's in a free chest.
Yeah, he's going to try these metal slimes out for size, see what they're all about. Looks like they rolled at least somewhere between 173 and 2 something. I'm liking this so far. I'm assuming Guda did pick up that katana and less than greater than. I kind of stepped away for a split second.
Yeah, he did do less than greater than. I assume he picked up the katana. I saw him in the room. I know he got the sun sword.
Okay, well, he had to have, because he's like go-moding this particular room. He's going to check the greed chest. We know the ribbon's not in that room. It's in the room to the far right, so he'll miss out on his 3rd ribbon. I don't think it's really needed, but it is always good to have a 3rd ribbon.
Yeah, 2 will serve him nicely with that level 1 wall, but Zen0bian might pick up his 3rd, because like you said, that chest here in C is basically free.
Yeah, I do not see him missing out on that chest. There's no reason not to at least check that bottom chest there. It is literally free as far as encounter steps are concerned. I mean, he's definitely checking that top chest, which is like 1 step out of the way, so I can't imagine him missing that other chest. Got a Bane sword. Realize he actually wants that Bane sword for his Kraken battle. I like it. Guda also going up, and what is happening? He went up, and now he's going right? What kind of monsters do we have in our community right now that they don't know the right way to go? It is right twice, up twice. He gets his ribbon. Yay! Zeno going to clear the rest.
Do you ever think the players know that you're commentating their match and intentionally go any way except for right up?
That could be the case. That could be the case. I don't know. Guda getting a completely different encounter table than Zen0bian got. But go ahead and get your Bless RNGs out anyway. Maybe we'll see 3 Warmex. Who knows? Go on ahead and get them out there. We're on the Bridge of Destiny. Zeno's going to take the long, annoying walk to Kraken in the meantime. I don't know. I feel like this is the worst room. This room that Zeno's in currently. It's just like, it may as well be a billion steps to get to Kraken.
It just feels that way, because C always feels bad. It's like C floor for Topher is the worst floor.
Yeah. We got a Warmech! He's going to try to take him! No, he's not. He's gonna run away. He gets away. He doesn't see the nuclear. I don't know. I think I like the slimes better than Warmech at this point.
At least the slimes aren't going to try and nuclear you.
Yeah, he gets away from the slimes too, so he clearly does not want levels.
Despite the fact that he clearly still needs them.
We got a double fiend battle happening. Got Tiamat on the left here. We know Kraken didn't really do a whole lot of anything. So both of these runners are going to do standard strats, throw some ruses out. I see a Brack coming out over on Zen0bian's side. He's going full on Brack.
Like Brack was level 6, so we do get Brack strats.
I like it. He's got a Bane Sword too he could probably throw out, but I like the idea of just trying to go on ahead and get the insta-kill with his 6 Brack charges. Ice 2 coming out for minimal damage. And on Guda's side, Tia doesn't look like she's doing a whole lot either. And it looks like all 6 Bracks are going to miss. So he's going to actually have to go. Oh no, he's still got more Brack charges. And blink and you miss it. Guda makes it through Tiamat. Zen0bian breaks Kraken into pieces. They both have 3 orbs. Guda a slight bit ahead because he's going to be able to get through Volcano a little quicker than Zen0bian gets through Earth. But Zen0bian has the levels. Guda still needs levels. He cannot do... Where is he going? He's looking for T-Rexes.
That's one way to get your levels.
I don't like it just because of how many times you have to burn off encounters to get to this, but this could be something.
Oh, and they got some HP on them too.
Yeah, but he just needs... I don't know. If he's 3-manning, like Ikman Maya said earlier in chat, I feel like he needs to at least... Oh my god, we got Gas Dragon! Xeno sees it! It's a tile that Guda never checked! It's right there, it's looking so pretty! Now this is an easy way to get some levels pretty quickly.
Yep, and Xeno doesn't need a whole lot of levels because he's already fairly high up there.
Yeah, I mean, he could take this encounter maybe, I don't know, I'd say about maybe 5 or 6 times and get to the levels he needs to get to. He's going to check the other one. Gerwolf's arguably less valuable than the Gas Dragons. Arguably. And how long? I don't know. How long do you stay here? Do you just go on ahead and get all the levels you need on this tile?
How many levels do I need?
Like I said,
I probably would. I mean, I haven't seen any other tiles, and I'm right here, so I'd at least burn out my fade.
Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. He is going to house up, and no, he's not going to go back in. He thinks 25 is good enough because he's not going to gain any more levels through this dungeon. So he's going to take on Lich, and he thinks 25 is good enough to go into Topher.
Yeah, and he has the knowledge that it's there now. If Topher does turn out to be like super ugly with like turn 1 nuke Kraken or something, he can always come back.
Yeah. And chat pointing out, Elmarkin has taught everyone how to land their airships. You don't land the airship on the grassy plains. Of course, you land them straight into volcanoes, mountains, river systems, oceans. I mean, it is a boat. Why can't it land in the ocean?
Why can't it land just literally anywhere?
Yeah, I feel like that should be part of the bingo board. Land your airship on all things that aren't grassy plains. Zen0bian going for the Asher check, getting a bunch of money for his troubles. Guda's going to kill a red dragon. I don't know. Last time I checked Guda's levels, he was lower than where Zen0bian is with his 3-man.
I want to say he's like almost 20, at least on the Thief.
Yeah, Dangwu pointing out in chat that 23 is the katana breakpoint for 5 hits on the Thief. I don't care so much about the breakpoints as I care about HP for his Thief. Because right now he only has 344 HP. He is not going to survive a nuke charge. He's not going to survive a nuclear charge with those kind of numbers. And we're going to see Carrie. We know Carrie has crazy spells. Luckily, he has 2 ribbons, so he should not have any issues against the blizzards, the poisons, and the thunders, and the blazes. Poison comes out. Luckily, low rolled his ribbonless character. Tracker helping me out here, letting me know that Guda's Ninja is level 21, significantly lower than where Zen0bian is currently. 3 hits, 264. We know Carrie has some health. Likes to throw out some skills. 4 hits, 106. And just as I say she has some health, she no longer has health. Guda lighting up his 4th orb at the 1 hour, 28 minute mark. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
And we've seen some really paper Tophers out there. It's a risk. It could pay off. It could pay off huge.
Yeah, maybe he's doing a test dive. Maybe he's like going in there to see what he can do down here. But he's not even at that breaking point. Oh no, he's doing the earth. Oh my gosh, he's doing the earth grind. A grind after my heart. You know you've got 100% encounter table. You can go left in this room. It takes you to the earth floor, and you will get some pretty decent encounters on that floor that can help you level up pretty quickly.
Yeah, Gurmedusa encounters are very friendly down there usually.
Rock golems, mud golems. Wow, where where is he going? He's not doing the grind, I said. What's happening here? I can't even handle it. Is he just grinding in this room? He's going to take on Chimeras and Frosties? We got a Lich over.
He wasn't taking on those Chimeras. He said noped out of that.
Man, this Lich is not messing around. 5 hits, 46 from that katana-wielding level 25 ninja. Fade coming out for 92. Doing Fade things. 242. 170, and that does it. Zen0bian lights up his 4th orb. He is going to probably make a beeline into Topher and not have to do what Guda's currently doing. So what I mentioned earlier is like, if Guda knew this, or maybe he's just not thinking about it because he's like, I gotta go. If you head, instead of going south and then to the right, down the staircase that leads you deeper into Topher, you can actually go south and to the left, and there's a staircase that takes you straight to the Lich floor. Now, granted, you can't get to Lich going that way, but we talked about the encounters you can get down there, and it was kind of a meta from like early 2018 that the runners would use for grinding if they didn't feel like they had the levels going into Topher. Yeah, and Cheeseinator pointing out in chat, if you don't want to deal with the Chimeras on this floor, you don't want to be on this floor. Move to a different floor. Like at this point, you got better encounters on Topher 3. You've got the Fighter Mage pack. You've got Gasties. You have Badmen. Now, no one wants to deal with Badmen, but they're at least there.
And I don't understand why he doesn't want to deal with the Chimeras. He has Ice, too.
Yeah. I mean, spam out Ice 2 with everybody and then cut him down on round 2. And looks like Zen0bian a couple minutes behind Guda, but unfortunately Guda just didn't have the levels to deal with it. And Zen0bian's going to head in here in just a second. At the 1 hour 32 minute mark, he's going to have to get past the spider first. My tracker gave me bad notes here. 1 hour 32:02. Gonna head into Topher. Not even deal with Frost Dragon. Just gonna get out of here. Runs into 9 bad men. Getting away. Good stuff there. There's that Mage Fighter tile I talked about. Or not tile, but...
Yep, you got that ninja. If it ain't unrunnable, just get out of there.
Yeah, and he's at level 25 now. He's exactly where Zen0bian is, but he's running 3-man. He just... Danny, First off, he made it into Toph at 1:31:55, but didn't actually walk through the Black Orb until after the 1:32-minute mark, okay? And that is what Topher is. That is the distinction between Toph and Topher. Everyone knows that, right? Right, Cyrus? Help me out here?
I don't know. I'd say he revisited it.
I guess she got a point there. As Guda gets the encounter number 8 Slimes here on the first floor of Topher.
Hey, look, it's the Earth floor. Now we'll get to see why he didn't do this, as something here is nasty.
Man, I'm looking over at chat, and I got an 0 and 2 talking to me in some sort of way. I'm not sure what's happening over here. I'm just happy that Dangwoo's here. We got Elmarkin. Roll Fizz still hanging out with us. Got a bunch of matches coming up later on I'm super stoked about. Zen0bian gonna get his first taste of speed bump number 2. We got an attack coming out, 5 hits 69. 3 hits 10. Lich completely whiffs on a on a not evade Waz down there. Pretty wild. Fast coming. Oh my gosh. Lich had no HP.
Yeah, I think Lich 2 had a quarter of the health of Lich 1.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. No way Lich rolled higher than 300 health. And Zen0bian is on the fire floor. Guda is done doing whatever grind he was doing there on the first floor of Topher. Gonna pick up some heal pots. Not the best place to pick up heal pots, unfortunately, because you gotta walk so far into the city. Might have flown over to Crescent to get that. I'm assuming picking up 20 tents was a misfire. You only need 10. And as we speak, Zen0bian is pulling carry 2. Thinking about what he wants to do, gonna get an attack, comes out 4 hits 4 damage. White shirt, raising some evade. Bane coming out, should not kill it. Oh, of course, kills the one mage that doesn't have a ribbon on. Ridiculous.
That's a risk you take. You know it's coming, possibly.
Yeah. And then we finally get Guda back into Topher at the 1 hour 35-minute mark. Reses his Dan party member, just, extra security.
Yeah, if it survives, you can always throw it up there and let it take a punch later.
Yeah,
that mage stick, really?
Yeah, exactly. Not. I guess he feels like he doesn't really have options because of where Fast and Temper both landed on the same slot. Doesn't want to waste all those spell charges on carry 2 when you have K2 and Tia 2 coming up. But I'm surprised at how little damage they're doing right now. I mean, wow. 5 hits, 257, terminates carry 2. Now, we've been talking about this magic. I never saw life. Did you see life anywhere?
I did not, at least not that we could learn of it.
Yeah, so this is an unfortunate red mage party. Without life, they really have to keep everybody alive long enough to get, oh, no, not these oh, he gets away. Whew. That's a seed killer right there if you get a bunch of trances happening to you.
Yeah, and you don't want to see it after doing long boss fights like that carry 2 was, because you're going to have to go back and do it again in that case.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like, Xeno's going to keep his thief in the front row. Interesting move there. If the thief goes down, he really has no options. Fade coming out, doing fade damage. Kraken luckily swinging some wet noodles, 5 hits, 248 out of Mirror. Thinks about what he wants to do. He's going to go more fade strats, but went on ahead, completely backlined his red mage.
Yeah, that one was a little bit less of a red noodle. I think there was a crit in that one.
Yeah, that was pretty ugly. 5 hits, 54, not doing the trick here. Fade comes out. Luckily, Kraken rolled low on health, and that fade actually did some damage for once. He lost the light warrior, but he still got 2. Moving the white shirt so he can get some defense stacks. Got his power bonk. I'm assuming he's got his defense sword as well. And he's
Yeah,
going to
that's
keep
the
it
only
moving.
thing about conserving those fast and temper charges. As soon as you're dead, you don't have fast and temper charges anymore. And wow, that's unrun.
No, it's unrunnable. He's going to go full on white shirt strats. I don't hate this because these guys hit really hard. You may as well get your ruses and your defenses up there. That way, if this battle ends up being a slog, you can get through it without taking too much damage. Going to go attack. And yeah, he doesn't have fire 3 on that one. So he's got to go attack mage stick, I think, right? No, fade. He does have level 6 fade. Carry. Pulled up on your left side here under Gouda. Only a couple of floors behind Zeno at this moment. And this battle is going to take all of Zeno's time away from him. And as I say that, it's only down to one Whiz Vamp. Luckily, Gouda takes down Carry. And he is one floor behind Zeno at this point. On the sea floor, Zen0bian. On the air floor, Zen0bian only has one person up, whereas Gouda was able to survive the Carry battle with all 4 people alive. Carry must not have thrown that. Oh my gosh, we got another unrunnable happening here.
Yeah, there's a lot of these undead here today, and it's just not what you want to see with the magic we have.
Yeah, and this is bad because he wasn't able to get his defense stacks out before these guys really started hammering in on Mirror, but luckily, a couple of defenses are out.
Looks like we got that Kraken 2 battle going here. It's going a little bit cleaner for Gouda so far. More willing to throw out those fasts and tempers. See what kind of damage this ninja's going to put out for him. 10 hits, 390. K2 goes down, and Gouda is through with a full party of 4. That's going to make some difference against these undead packs we've been seeing. While Gouda plays with the undead, Zeno pulls Tia 2 and gives us our first look at what we got going on here. A little bit of defense, a little bit of white shirt. Just going to play defensive, make sure we don't die outright.
All right, I step away for a split second. It looks like Gouda's on the same encounter table.
Yeah, same encounter table, but he made it through that Kraken 2 with his full party up, which means these undead have not been quite the trial.
Wow, so look at that. This is insane. Look at this race. Zeno trying to take out Tiamat right now. Stop coming out doing a whole lot of nothing. Luckily, Gouda, like you said, has all 4 Tia here and just
Yeah, we're going to be looking at a photo finish here, probably.
yeah,
Depending on what Chaos looks like.
yeah, luckily able to get away. 10 hits, 594 coming out of Mir on Zeno's side. Takes down Tia. Still has Ty and Mir up. So he's going to be able to 2-man Chaos here. God, all these encounters right outside of this Tiamat battle. Luckily, those worms were runnable. And we haven't seen anything crazy out of these fiends except for that Bane. I mean, we saw nuclear on Warmech, but we got nukes, we got nuclears, we got all kinds of stuff that still could potentially roll out of this Chaos. Slow 2, Cure 4. Chaos, as Ikmibaya again points out in chat, Chaos will just decide this seed right now as we have Chaos pulled. Lit 2 coming out.
Yeah, just Lit 2 and Fire 2 so far, but we know there's more things in the pool there.
Yeah, he still has 6 more spells he could potentially throw out. We haven't seen any skills yet. Apparently another Lit 2, and a third Lit 2. What is he?
This is the Kraken 2 Chaos.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say the same thing.
It looks like a fairly decently strong melee, but since he's already got those defense stacks up, that won't bother the ninja at all.
Yeah, and Chaos 3 hits takes down the red mage. Oh no! He's in trouble now, but luckily he's got his defense stack. Oh my god, 3 hits, 477. That is some good things. You want to see that kind of damage coming out of your ninja. 3 hits, was that 738 again? 3 hits, 5 something. This is going to be it right here, I think. 1 hit, 174. 4 hits, 848. Getting your GGs out for Zen0bian, finishing in first place with 1 hour, 43-23 in a hotly contested, very close 2-0 match. GGs to Zen0bian.
GG indeed. Guda was hot on his tails coming back, though. Just not just a minute or two behind, it looks.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how this Tiamat battle works for him. He finally got Tyre, who'd been Dan this whole time, down. Guda is going to stick out the fight. I don't expect him not to. And here comes the nuclear. Low rolled his entire party, which is nice. Yeah, and Cheesenator pointing out that was 6 straight do-nothing spells from Chaos. That is insane, considering what we've already seen. So I don't imagine Guda's going to have any sort of issues unless, for whatever reason, Chaos decides to only use skills and has crazy skills.
Yeah, unless it's one of those times when we see him switch strats, use like 3 nuclears or something.
Pretty much. Luckily, Guda gonna go on ahead, leave Tyre in the front row, gonna throw out defensive strats. I like it. Crack comes out. What? We didn't see any of that. Crack comes out immediately. CC falls into the hole. 3 hits, taking out the back row here. This is a completely different Chaos battle than we saw earlier. Where's the lit 2s? Where's the ice 2s? What is happening here?
I'm sure they're coming. They're coming.
Well, I don't want to see any more skills from Chaos at this point. All right, good. We got Fire 2 coming out. Dark is still alive. He's going to power bonk it up while he uses some heal 3s. Poison? What is happening here?
Poison may as well be a lit 2. We got ribbons.
This is insane. Swirl? What? Another non-elemental attack, luckily low rolled around, and Dark is still up. 4 hits, 772. We know that Chaos has quite a bit of HP, but oh my god, what is this? What is all this? What are all these skills? What are all these skills? Crack coming back around. We know what's after Crack. Well, it doesn't matter. 5 hits, 840 or 854. Guda with an official SRL time of 1 hour 46:05. Wow, that was close. 3 minutes. Not even 3 minutes, huh?
Yeah, that was real close. That was a good race.
That was as expected as good as expected for a couple of 2-0 runners here. Zen0bian is going to remain undefeated in his first ever spring tournament, 2020. Guda taking his first loss, moving to 2-1. I will say, if I win, I do not want to take on Guda next week. Do not want to have any part of that, because that is some pretty fast times for a thief, double or triple white or red mage with that kind of spells. And Zen0bian, is that you?
That's Guda. Welcome, Guda. GG's.
Hey, thanks, guys. Man, I thought I had it. I didn't like my levels at all.
No, we could tell. We got Zen0bian in here as well. Zen0bian, GG's.
Hello, thank you.
GG, Zeno.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah.
That was really, really close. Let's talk to the winner first. I know you were the first to come in, Guda, but we're gonna talk to Zeno first. How'd that Chaos treat you?
Chaos was lovely.
Yeah,
Chaos was very nice. I assumed that I got pretty lucky throughout Topher, but I'd like to think that was karma for what happened to me against Carry 1 and the Ordeal Trap Tile.
Yeah, that Ordeal Trap Tile was rough. So yeah, you're saying that Chaos was like lovely. What did Chaos do to you? Like what kind of stuff did you see from Chaos?
Well, I think he used Lit 2 4 times in a row.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Guda, how was Chaos for you?
He started with crack, taking out my dedicated healer before he could get wall off. And then he did a lit 2, and then he did a swirl and a nuclear, and then something else, and then came back around to crack, and I'm like, I am screwed.
Yeah. So
his skill list was absolutely awful. I had max evade, so of course, before I could get max evade, he punches my other red mage that was still alive down to 30 health, because why not? So then, once I had fast and a few tempers and a few power bonks on my ninja, I decided, all right, Katana, let's go. 3 rounds done.
Yeah. So Zeno saw none of his skills list.
Lucky. Go figure. Also, Xeno finished when I was on Tia, so like, what level were you, Xeno?
Well, I got a couple of unrunnable Twilight Party packs.
Yep, same.
And I was down to 2-man on Tia's floor, which pushed me up to 27.
Okay. So you were a little bit higher on those two, I think. I think I was 20, 26, 25, 24, or something like that, or 27, 26, 25.
I lost someone on carry, decided, okay, we'll be a brave boy and keep going. Then I lost someone on Kraken and decided, let's keep being a brave boy and keep going. It worked out.
Yeah, I got lucky, didn't lose anybody on carry, and then Kraken hit like a wet noodle, and I was like, sweet! And then after that, I think I lost somebody on Tia 2.
Yeah, those unrunnables, huh? On Tia's floor?
They weren't bad at all. I had Fire 3 for days.
See, that was the thing. Zeno didn't, and Zeno, it actually took him quite a while to get through those battles.
I had the defense and white shirt up to get through those fights, or they were going to kill me.
Yeah.
Because I only had one red mage and the ninja.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I had I think all 3 of them at that point, so I had Fire 3 for days. I'm just like, here we go! Yay! Fire 3! But, the Ordeal's Trap Tile got me as well. I'm like, ooh, this is a lot of experience. I'm like, Wizzaheg, Gershark, I'll take this. Trance. Oh, no. Trance. No, why? I don't want to dance.
I think it took Zen0bian 2 times to get through that.
It was the 3rd attempt. They wiped me twice.
Yeah.
I had a real problem in Volcano because I was super low level. And I'm like, oh, look, floater. Let's go get floater money in Volcano. And then Volcano was empty. And I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, that was probably the saddest volcano I think I've seen in a long time. One thing chat was pointing out is maybe getting rid of that Thor's hammer. You found a heal staff, too, that you could have maybe sold for some money. I didn't see.
I checked it out. It was worth 6K.
Oh, so yeah, that
it was the saddest heal staff I've ever seen. Just like the saddest set of opal armor I've ever seen. Here, I'm gonna give you $8 for your opal armor, dude. This is endgame material. Nah, $8.
Yeah,
take it or leave it.
So Zen0bian was lucky enough to like do all that checking in there, make it out of there without taking a wipe, and then just ground a little bit more to grab money for that floater. So he was in the air significantly earlier than you. But you were able to make up time due to his ordeal wipes and being in no mode before Zen0bian.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch this. Let's see how, because as soon as I got out of, because I did Volcano and then I had to go back to Crescent Lake because I'm like, I found no houses, and then I went up to Ice and then got all my money there plus the loose herb, which I almost skipped because that sea snake tile was awful. And yeah, because I wiped on the sea snake tile because my ninja or my thief couldn't stay alive to save his life. And money, this is the worst seed I've ever had in a year of playing FFR for money and spells.
Yeah,
we were super poor. And remember what I said before the race? Imagine how bad you're going to feel when we don't have nuke or life. Well,
welcome to no nuke, no life.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. Cyranus, you got any questions for these guys before we move on?
Yeah, I just got one real quick for Zeno. What do you have against Warmechs?
Well, I did get 3 Warmechs in a row on the Bridge of Destiny and ran from every one. I'm glad I did, because his first skill was nuclear, and it killed someone, and almost killed everyone else.
Oh, I'm so glad. I almost took it. I was like, I need the levels, because I think I was like level 20 when I was fighting Tia. And then the T-Rex was the 4th encounter off a power cycle, so I took him once. I didn't have enough saving gear. Otherwise, I'd have taken him probably like 4 times, which would have been way quicker than doing laps around Temple of Fiends level 1.
Oh my god. I would ask you more questions about that, but you can just go on ahead and watch the VOD.
Yeah, because
Because-
there were worms, and if worms had come earlier in the encounter table, I probably would have just power cycled, went and hit worms, and just kept going in and out. But the worms were deep, and they were paper, and worms are tons of experience. By the time I wanted experience, I had 4 worms on Tia floor, and I'm like, nope, not taking this.
Yeah, we
Couldn't-
talked. Oh, go on ahead.
See
Steve.
any good grind tiles throughout the whole game except for the Frostwolf tile in ice, and I felt like that was too out of the way to go back to.
Yeah, I didn't go back to it either. I think I took it to like level 14 or 13 because one Thor hammer and a fire 2 took him down, or one or the other. So yeah, I took it for a few levels, but that's as far as I could go. Like,
There were no grinds to be had hardly anywhere, which is
Mm-mm.
really bad when you don't have good magic or good weapons. Was the Mazmoon found anywhere?
No, neither of you found him.
nope.
Yep.
Did you find the katana in Mirage 2?
I was still full clearing until I found Katana, and then I found all 3 ribbons as well.
Oh, lucky. Yeah, I was in no mode because I went to Cardia right after I was done with ordeals, and I'm like, I'm swinging a saber. This is not good.
All right.
Yeah, it's
So,
fine.
or no, it was defense sword because I did find the defense sword. I'm like, I'm swinging defense. Like, I can do defense, but I have no idea what the breakpoints are for it with a thief or with a ninja with the fixes on because I'd never used defense except for the ruse spell. So yeah, I was just like checking a few boxes here and there, and then remember, I think it was probably 3 months ago when we found all the swords in Sky 3. Well, Gilgamesh left his swords in Mirage 2 today.
Mirage today, yeah, that was great.
Ice, Sun, Katana, Excal. Jeez.
Yeah. So a couple more things before we get out of here. Zen0bian did find gas dragons and hollow giants right next to an arguably better tile, the Gerwolves. Luckily, the Gasties just had too much HP, and I'm assuming after taking that a couple times and getting to level 25, you were tired of wasting 3 or 4 rounds of combat trying to kill those things, huh?
Yeah, the first time I went in, I said, okay, I'll see how much health they have. They had like 700. I thought, well, this isn't viable. Let's see what the tile next door is. Oh, wolves. All right, I'll hit it once more on the way out and then leave.
Yeah, and that's what you did. Guda, another thing, and I mentioned it during the VOD, is if you had gone, if going into Tofu, if you had gone straight south and then left down that staircase, it
Yeah,
takes
to
you to the
earth
earth
floor.
floor. And I figured you probably knew that, but you must have been trying to hit those worms like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, worms are better. Like, and I knew I thought Gurmaduses were safe. I don't think that I think they had like 8 hits, but they didn't do anything. So I knew I could have done it, but the earths, I hate having to try and fight earths. And the rock goal, I didn't have any way to take down rock goal, mud goal either because I had like 3 fade charges and no nuke. So I didn't pick up zap.
Awesome. All right,
So yeah, that's why I was sticking on the other floor, and ice dragons were pretty paper, and the chimeras, I should have probably taken more of those fights, but they had a lot of HP as well.
yeah. Well, Cyranus, you got anything else besides that Warmack question to ask these runners before we move on?
No, I just had a good time, had a great race. It was wonderful watching you all run it for us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Zeno, you were the winner today. Any final thoughts about the seed before we move on?
Just one. Was Carrie 1 the hardest boss in the game? Did anyone have worse skills than Carrie 1?
No, she was definitely the hardest boss by far. Actually,
that was ridiculous.
yeah, we were laughing about the poison to blizzard to blaze to thunder.
Yeah,
Yeah, all
chat
the
was a
elements.
little upset that you didn't use your wall there.
I should have done that. You know what? You may have noticed I made a few tactical errors in my spell placements, in their slots, and a few other things in battle as well, but that's okay. I had just woken up from a nap. I'm an old man.
All right.
I made the tactical decision to forego doing carry 1 at level 8, and I did carry 1 last, so I saw nothing.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I forgot to mention this earlier, but Guda pointed it out in our little spoiler chat here. Guda was actually in Topher first, but decided to do the little grindy grind there. Any final thoughts about your seed there, Guda?
Well, I hope that I got all of the awful spells and like poor money. Did somebody turn Melmond cash on for this one? Because it feels like that was how the entire early game played out. And I don't think I found any chests that had more than like 12,000 gold in it. So, knock on wood, this is the worst seed that I'll have to play, and I still was hour 46 with a with a party. I'll take it. Zen0bian's really fantastic runner. It's good. We're on Team Red Hat together. We talk a lot. We do strategy a lot. So I knew it was going to be a good race. Thank you to Speed Gaming for having us. Speed Gaming Prime. It's so awesome getting the randomizer, Final Fantasy randomizer on Speed Gaming Prime. And Greg Lee, Danny, Cyrenus, you guys, your best team. One of the best teams that we have. So I'm just glad everybody was able to come out and that it was a good race.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Thank you guys a lot for putting this on.
Oh, that's so nice. Cyrenus, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Nope, we pretty much covered it all. Really looking forward to the next round's races. Good luck to both of you next week in your matches coming up.
Yeah. So don't forget, Ikman Maya, his race is going to be happening at 6 p.m. right after this one on Speed Gaming 1. And like I said, a ton of races happening throughout the rest of the day. Unfortunately, I just closed my thing, so I have no idea what races are happening, but it's totally fine. Just stay on Speed Gaming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, you can even go to the Ocho. Just follow them all. And you'll see all kinds of Final Fantasy randomizer action happening there, as well as Randomania 1, 2, and 3 and all that stuff. Don't forget to follow me and Cyrenus on our Twitch channels, as well as Danny3883, the two runners, of course, that you saw, guda632 and Zen0bian. On behalf of Speed Gaming 1, thanks again for having us, and we'll see you around. Good night.